Hey y'all, welcome to the Lips Reaction. I'm Lips, and today we are continuing our Season 7 journey with Season 7, Episode 6 of Game of Thrones. This episode is titled Beyond the Wall. And we've been beyond the wall before. We know what's beyond the wall, and it is bone-chilling. And I mean that in every sense of the word. And I'm also, as always, excited to see what other meanings beyond the wall could have. I found there's generally, and when I love to have these conversations in the comments too, that there's generally some sort of like double meaning with every episode title. So that's something that I'll be looking for this episode, as well as just enjoying the continuation of this story and enjoying Season 7 as it continues on. And we inch ever closer to the final 3 seasons, which feels like a milestone. I had held off on starting this reaction series because I thought, I'm always hesitant to start something that people love, because what if I just don't like it as much? But then also I was like, it's gonna be a long journey. And it's interesting because now in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, it's been quite a journey. It's been almost an entire year of this reaction, of recording and filming and editing, if not more. And so, yeah, that's a long time, but I'm not even ready a little bit for it to be over. So that's definitely interesting. I bought the books today, little birthday gift to myself. And I also, I did try to buy the first book a bit ago, and then I accidentally just bought myself one of the history of Westeros, which I'm not mad about. So needless to say, I'm a sucker and I'm in. Sweet sucker child. Let's get into this episode. If you want the full interaction to this episode or any other episode, they're over on Patreon. So with all that said, let's get into the episode. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you beyond the wall.
You all right? Ever been north before?
Never seen snow before.
Beautiful, eh? I can breathe again. She'll only fight beside us if I bend the knee. You spend too much time with the free folk. Now you don't like kneeling.
Call him out.
The king beyond the wall never bent the knee. How many of his people died for his pride?
Whoa. That is 100% fair. I think we've all thought that. I think maybe we've even tiptoed around that, right? But like, we still respected it.
I wanted to be one of you. I wanted to join the Brotherhood, but you sold me off.
Could have been worse.
She wanted to kill me. I'm not whinging.
Your lips are moving and you're complaining about something. That's whinging. This one's been killed 6 times. You don't hear him bitching about it.
Let the boy whinge.
Can't think of a worse way for him to go. The Night's Watch was his life. He would have died to protect every one of those men. But they butchered him.
I hate that he died that way.
Father wanted to execute me, you know.
I heard.
He was in the right, of course.
I'm glad he didn't catch you.
Beyond the wall, more like beyond the feelings. Holy shit.
Your father gave me this sword.
Whoa.
But it's still Longclaw.
Wow. Wow.
It's not right for me to have it.
Wow.
He gave it to you. I'm not his son.
Ooh.
I brought shame into my house. I broke my father's heart. It's yours. It'd serve you well. And your children after you.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a beautiful moment, but I would have hated for Jon to lose Longclaw. That's huge. So much respect beyond the wall.
One time the boys were shooting arrows with Sir Roderick. I came out here after, and Bran had left his bow behind. Finally, I hit the bullseye. But I hit the bullseye, and I heard this.
It was Ned.
He's standing right here, smiling down at me. I knew what I was doing was against the rules. But he was smiling, so I knew it wasn't wrong. The rules were wrong.
The rules were wrong.
I knew it. Now he's dead.
He's smiling down on you.
Killed by the Lannisters.
I would like to think.
With your help.
Whoa. Bold words. Oh, the fake thing.
The Lannisters are treating me well and providing me with every comfort. I beg you, come to King's Landing, swear fealty to King Joffrey, and prevent any strife between the great houses of Lannister and Stark.
Seriously made her write that though, didn't she?
They forced me to do it.
Did they? With a knife at your throat? Did they put you on a rack and stretch you until your bones started to pop?
You don't know what it was like. I was a child.
She was really susceptible then to...
They told me it was the only way to save father.
And you were stupid enough to believe them.
This is hard.
You were there.
I was there,
Sansa doesn't deserve this.
standing in the crowd near Baelor's statue.
Did you fight off the Lannisters and save father?
I wanted to.
But you didn't. Just like me.
I didn't betray him. I didn't betray Rob. I didn't betray our entire family for my beloved Joffrey.
Yikes. It's Arya's truth, and it's...
On your knees thanking me.
Whoa.
Ending in Winterfell again because of me.
I was training.
Training. Well, while you were training, I suffered things you could never imagine.
That's true.
You never would have survived what I survived.
Ooh.
I guess we'll never know.
We never will know. These two girls, they are cut from different cloth. They're made differently. They're just... They have different desires. They have different will. They have different fight in them.
Scared, aren't you? What are you scared of?
Together, they could work together so powerfully.
Do you know how happy Cersei would be right now if she saw us fighting?
True.
This is what she's always wanted, to tear
You're
us
scared the
apart.
Northern Lords will read it.
Oh. She would lose some power.
So the Anna Mormont say. She's younger than you were when you wrote this. Are you going to say, but I was just a child?
Arya.
Sometimes anger makes people do unfortunate things.
Sometimes fear makes them do unfortunate things. I'll go with anger.
I don't like this side of Arya. It's... Arya does really well alone, right? She's not... I don't think she understands the need to work together as a herd. The only thing I could think about is like cats, like wild cats, herd mentality. It's like Sansa understands the politics of things, and Arya's been alone for so long. All she knows is self. Protect self. Everyone, don't trust anyone, right? And Sansa understands that don't trust anyone, but also understands use anyone.
I don't think you truly mean. You have sad eyes.
He does have sad eyes.
I have a beauty waiting for me back at Winterfell. Tallest woman you've ever seen. Almost as tall as you.
He loves Brienne.
You're with Brienne of fucking Tarth.
Well, not with her yet.
And she wants to carve you up and eat your liver.
You do know her.
You don't look much like him.
Who's that?
Your father.
We know why.
I serve the North.
The North didn't raise you from the dead.
Oh.
So what's the point in serving a god? None of us knows what he wants.
I'm not fighting so some man or woman I barely know can sit on a throne made of swords.
So what are you fighting for?
Life. Death is the enemy.
We have the same enemy.
But we all die.
The enemy always wins. And we still need to fight him. You and I won't find much joy while we're here.
I do think they're both fighting the same enemy of death.
Maybe we don't need to understand any more than that.
Maybe not. But it's just the White Walkers are a different kind of death, and that's what Jon is fighting.
That's what I saw on the fire. We're getting close.
Do you know what I like about you?
I honestly don't.
You're not a hero. Heroes do stupid things and they die. Drogo, Jorah, Dario, even this Jon Snow.
Ooh.
These heroes you name, Drogo, Jorah, Dario, even this Jon Snow, they all fell in love with you.
Whoa.
I suppose he stares at you longingly because he's hopeful for a successful military alliance.
I didn't mean...
As heroes go, he is.
He's too little.
I know
for
you're
her,
brave.
she said.
I wouldn't have chosen a coward as my hand.
But he's not in love with you.
Nobody trusts my sister less than I do, believe me.
And right now she's thinking of how to set a trap.
Of course she is. Wondering what trap you're laying for her.
No one understands Cersei more than Tyrion. Well, Jaime maybe, but he's blinded by love.
We want to create a new and better world. I'm not sure deceit and mass murder is the best way to start.
Yeah, but if Cersei's gonna use traps, can we do it without meeting her at her level?
You need to inspire a degree of fear, but fear is all Cersei has. It makes their power brittle, because everyone beneath them longs to see them dead.
Aegon Targaryen got quite a long way on fear.
But you once spoke to me of breaking the wheel. If that's the kind of queen you want to be, how are you different from all the other tyrants that came before you?
Wow.
My brother promised me he'd keep a grip on the Lannister forces. And I promised him I'd keep you from doing anything impulsive. My sister's likely to say something provocative. And you have been known to lose your temper from time to time.
Whoa.
When have I lost my temper?
Burning the Tarleys, for instance.
Ooh.
That was necessary.
I don't know.
Perhaps the father needed to die and not the son.
Perhaps.
We had no time to discuss the possibilities before you ended their possibilities.
You're taking your family's side in this debate.
I am
Ooh.
need to take your enemy's side if you're going to see things the way they do. And you need to see things the way they do if you're going to anticipate their actions, respond effectively, and beat them.
My favorite yapper is back at it again.
Because I believe in you. But the world you want to build doesn't get built all at once. Probably not in a single lifetime.
Yikes.
After you break the wheel, how do we make sure it stays broken?
How do we pass on that legacy?
It's on the Iron Throne after I'm dead. Is that it? You've been thinking about my death quite a bit, haven't you?
He has to.
Items you discussed with your brother in King's Landing.
I'm trying to serve you by...
Stop.
Perhaps if you planned for the short term, we wouldn't have lost Dawn and Highgarden.
I think that hit a sensitive spot for her. He raises a lot. That look, come on. He raises a lot of good points. The downfall of Dany is something I fear, something I do not want, something I think is inevitable.
A bear. The bears have blue eyes.
Uh-oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Holy fuck. That was cool. Oof. He's froze, still in the face of fire. Oh, no! Hound, come on! Holy fuck.
Go on.
You all right?
I just got bit by a dead bear. Funny old life.
Did he not just kill him?
King chose you to rule in his absence. And rule you have. They see that, they respect you. Some may even prefer you.
Retake Winterfell, then they named him their king, and now they're ready to turn their backs on him again. How far would you trust men like that?
Ooh, She's not wrong.
If they found out that I wrote that letter, a woman who's already married not one but two enemies of her house.
She's your sister.
You did
Disagreements,
this.
but she would never betray her family.
She would if she thought
She
I was going to
would.
betray John.
Perhaps Lady Brienne could help.
How?
And if one of you were planning to harm the other in any way, wouldn't she be honor bound to intercede?
You're joking.
She would.
That is the darkest thing I've heard him say ever. Because we know he planned that. He planted that for Arya to find. Oh, fuck. Do we need to bring back an actual White Walker? Or just a white? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Wait, that took down all of them. Except... Whoop. Oh, fuck. Did he just bite you? Yep. Oh, yikes. That was definitely a call for backup. It's like the Dothraki sound. Oh no.
Run back to Eastwood. Get a raven to Daenerys. You're the fastest. Go, now!
Go.
You're fast without the hammer. Give it.
Oh. Oh, fuck. Smart. Whoa. They're dumb. Huh. Well then. Get up, get up. Uh-oh.
We need to send a raven. Get the maester.
Yikes. Hive mind.
Thomas.
No.
Thomas.
Uh-oh. If he died, I think Buddy Opal's purpose might be coming near to an end.
We have to burn his body.
Unless the Lord of Light is kind enough to send us a bit of fire.
He always is.
When you killed the White Walker, almost all the dead that followed it fell.
Almost all.
Maybe he was the one who turned them.
Hmm.
There's a raven flying for Dragonstone now. Daenerys is our only chance.
No. There's another.
What?
Killed him. He turned them all. The Lord brought you back, and he brought me back.
No.
Did he do it to watch us freeze to death?
No, he didn't.
Careful, Beric. You lost your priest.
I don't want to lose John. To be honest. Ooh, could we get some Dragonstone spears and then we'll just...
It's an invitation to King's Landing.
Mm-mm.
I will not set foot in King's Landing while Cersei Lannister is queen. If they want another Stark prisoner, they can come and take me.
Good girl.
It's not safe leaving you with Littlefinger.
She's not wrong.
You trust he hasn't been speaking to them all behind your back?
Ooh.
I'm not a child. I am the Lady of Winterfell, and I am home.
No.
I swore an oath to protect you and your sister. If I abandon
The
you...
trip to King's Landing is long, Lady Brienne, and you won't be traveling on summer roads.
Yikes. I don't
Yes,
think...
my lady.
like it.
The most important person in the world can't fly off to the most dangerous place in the world. You can't win the throne if you're dead.
You told me to do nothing before and I listened to you. I'm not doing nothing again.
I support her. Let's go. She has to. Of course Tyrion has to be protective. Of course Tyrion has to tell her no, it is dangerous. There will be nothing for Dany to rule if the White Walkers invade. Damn.
Dumb cunt.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lord of Light. Show us the light. Give us the... That'll never not be cool. Oh no. I have too much hope right now. Just not a sentence. I'm just like too hopeful. Like Dany will come in and save the day. Maybe. Ah! Come on! No! Thank you. I'm like a balloon, and hope is just seeping out. Fuck. Let's go! Holy shit. Oh! No. Nope. Nope. Everyone needs to get on the dragons and go. I think that's gonna take... I think that's a one hit to the dragons. Nope. God! Sorry. Nope.
Go! Go now! Leave! No! No!
You gotta leave. No! Jorah!
Uncle Benjamin. Come with me. There's no time. Go!
We'll meet again, Clegane.
Fucking hope not.
It's time to go, Your Grace.
A bit longer.
Please tell me a dragon can't become a white. She's waiting for John. How kismet is it that we waited so we were hoping Benjen would show up. On a horse from Benjen, John arrives. Oh. That would be so creepy to find.
What are these?
My faces. I ask you a question about yourself, and you try to make lies sound like the truth. Let's play.
I don't want to play.
How do you feel about John being king? We both wanted to be other people when we were younger. The world doesn't just let girls decide what they're going to be. With the faces, I can choose. I can become someone else. I could even become you.
No. Arya?
I wonder what it would feel like to be the Lady of Winterfell.
Calm the fuck down. Just a threat? We're just threatening and then walking away?
I'm so sorry.
The first thing he says when he wakes up is he's sorry. Oh, Danny.
If we hadn't gone, I wouldn't have seen. You have to see it to know. The dragons are my children. We are going to destroy the Night King and his army.
Yeah,
we'll do it together.
Yes.
Thank you, Danny.
Here's the last person who called me that. Is it my brother? Not the company you want to keep.
Oof.
How about my queen? I'd bend the knee, but
What about those who swore allegiance to you?
they'll all come to see you for what you are.
He's not gonna let his pride take over. No. My fear. I think maybe you can turn a dragon into a white. You can go ahead and put a dagger into my heart at the ending of that episode. They just keep getting more powerful. I wonder, because obviously Daenerys has the 3 dragon heads, and as her symbol, as her crest. And I don't imagine that changing. What I do imagine changing is the way we talk about the dragons, because it's always been, and we'll go with 3 dragons, and with 3 dragons and 3 dragons this and 3 dragons that, and now it will only be 2, which in the grand scheme of things, south of the wall, 2 dragons is still incredibly powerful. When they find out that there is now a dragon beyond the wall, now a white dragon, I do not I am scared for that moment of reveal. That is the thing about this show, though, because I say scared, right? But then also part of me is so excited for that reveal. Because I think it will be done in such a way that'll be super exciting and like just powerful and like send chills down your spine, give you goosebumps in the way that the show can do. Even on just a desktop monitor, right? Like, I just, I would do like a movie theater IMAX Dolby surround sound experience of Game of Thrones. That would be so cool. Well, it is the 6th episode of the season, and the 6th episode does tend to be usually a super exciting and like just big moment for each season. Our worst fears coming true, although we didn't lose John. And we didn't lose Beric. I did kind of think that his, they call him his priest or whatever, was a signal that like Beric's purpose is nearly come to a conclusion, because Beric and Jon were talking about their purpose and why they both are able to be brought back, and the Lord of Light, and their shared values, their shared reasons, their shared whys. And do we need to know the whys, or is just fighting for the realms, fighting for life enough? What is enough? Why them? You know, I do still think it signals the end for some. John's story definitely doesn't feel anywhere near over, and I hope not. I do really like the interactions of him and Daenerys. My queen, he said, my queen. A lot of really good moments in this episode. A lot of thinkers, a lot of big conversations that add a lot of layer. I know that you all know how important dialogue is to the show, and it never goes over my head how important the simplest conversation can end up being down the line. But also artistically, this show does so much with lighting and symbolism and outfits and all sorts of little gestures and word choices, and I don't know, the design of it all from top to bottom is always spectacular and terrifying. Obviously Daenerys had to go. It was our only way out of there. It's the only way that I can see that we could have progressed the story. Perhaps there's a world in which, you know, Beric and Jon both charge forward and die. And, you know, I know I'm always interested to know what the difference is in the books to the show. I did buy the books, and I'm not too caught up in like knowing if there's differences. I would still love for you guys to tell me that in the comments, because it'll be interesting reading a story that I already know, and I won't be too fussed. I'm sure it'll take me a while to read all of the books, so don't feel like you have to hold back in those conversations just because I bought them. But yeah, I wonder, I mean, did that go the same in the books? I guess that would be my question there. But overall, I mean, we went beyond the wall once more, and most of us came back to tell the tale with a white in hand. And now that's the journey forward. It is always really, I wouldn't say nice or lovely, but like it's always interesting when we see that moment of people who haven't always been on the same page. And in the living world, when it's all just the problems of the living, like they're probably still not on the same page when it comes to the fight being the living or the dead, the living versus the dead. We find this common ground. And it was interesting because Beric and Jon, I think they do fight for the same thing. Beric is like, I fight against death. Jon is saying, well, death comes for everyone. But the Whites, the White Walkers, are this death of death. It's taking away the actually being dead, right? And it's trying to force something that shouldn't be happening, right? Like, dead people should not be walking, dead people should not be taking over. No, and then in a sense, we're also fighting death. But also kind of excited to see how I feel like that is like a little seed planted that will turn into a forest of story and movement and kind of circling back to that point. So I'll be interested to see if that does. Or if I'm just coping and reaching. I don't know. As always. Anyway, thank you for joining me for the bone-chilling episode 6 of season 7. Beyond the Wall. Once more we've gone. We're back to tell the tale. And the tale is bleak. It's dark and it's dead. And that's so terrifying. So I'll see you for episode 7. As always, if you want full length directions, they are over on Patreon. Otherwise, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode.